Good evening, Seven City citizens. You're watching the Beach Brothers Show.
So look, the Beach Brothers Show is a show where we deal with Virginia business and politics.
Well, I'm Conrad Chesbner. I'm a Hampton Roads political activist. Best ideas for community improvement happen to drive me.
I help folks that are approaching retirement and in their retirement years.
I have what I call the empowerment agenda, and that means that everything I do is focused on empowerment. You want to give a salute to Tally and Twine. It's time for you to have a high quality watch made in Virginia, made in Portsmouth, Virginia, from Tally and Twine. We want to say thanks to Southern Volkswagen Greenbrier for their great level of sponsorship. If you need a new car, you don't need to go far. Southern Volkswagen Greenbrier. And ladies, if you want your brows to say, wow, check out IamLitaWee.com. Microblading by IamLitaWee.com. I'm Seiko Varner. I do credit fixes, tax resolutions. I lend private money to real estate investors, and we do debt consolidations. If you need any of these services, contact me as provided. And now it's time to get beachy on the Beach Brothers Show.
I'm Conrad Chesbner, member of the Hampton Roads Battle Cats and a community action team and watchdog organization of Hampton Roads politicians. Hit me up to join that as we want to grow our watchful eye over how politicians serve the community. I'm also a member of the Virginia Beach Democratic Committee, and I'm also a member of the Virginia Beach Progressive Caucus, an organization striving to put forth a more aggressive and less corrupt type of politician to our area. As you know, I do my best to sort of keep up with politics. So yes, I know that inflation of January is 7% higher than measured in January of 2021. My suspicion is less so on government spending as it is on the continued supply chain crisis, which is literally holding up our goods that we want to buy. That's why I suggest you look to buying the most cost-effective and valuable goods you can, like a Volkswagen to get you around town. Take it from me, you want to head over to 1248 South Military Highway and chat with Charlie Roy. With Charlie Roy at Southern Volkswagen, you can get the type of valuable automobile to hold up long-term and look stylish when doing so. It might help to make your life easier. And in the vein of making life easier, I want to point out tonight's show will be a highlight of Local 757 Business. This is a business and politics show here at the Beach Brothers. And we get guest. Tonight's guest is a growing mover and shaker in the Hampton Roads community. He's Martell Cuffee. I'm going to bring him on right now onto the screen and talk about him a little bit. Martell Cuffee is a military veteran, serving 13 years in the U.S. Army. He's a father of 4 young men, and he's married to his lovely wife Taja, and has been for about 11 years. He's the owner of Cuff Cleaning Services, which cleans everything from office space to homes to cars. We're going to go over his crafting of his own American dream. So, Mr. Cuffee, welcome on the Beach Brothers Show. How are you tonight?
Oh, I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Again, thank you for reaching out. I'm glad to be here. Where it talks, like it says, talks on business and give some aspects on how my experience here in the Hampton Roads area, how I was able to, being here, established my whole life and grow in the Hampton Roads area. So this is amazing. It's Friday night. I'm excited to bring my business forth here and hopefully able to assist and help other local entrepreneurs that want really to grow. Again, Conrad, I think it's been long enough overdue. Like you about to get into now, Sun Devil to the heart, and willing to talk business and politics together. It's exciting.
Indeed. I'm glad you brought up the Sun Devils because I know before you went off to college, you happened to go to Salem High School, which, like myself and both of my 2 brothers, but you also happen to be a member of the Sun Devil football team. And when I was there playing on the football team, we weren't doing too well, going 1-9 my senior year. 2 years later, the 2006 Sun Devils were a couple plays away from the state championship game. after a 12-0 Eastern District title with the vaunted Sun Devil Black D. Steve says he remembers that while you were a couple years younger than him, that you were a walking hit stick and laid someone out at a passing league game. So if you have a little minute or two on that, talk a little bit about what you remember from some pretty talented Salem High School football.
Oh yeah, man. So as you knew, this Hampton Roads area has a lot of talent. I can go from names from Percy Harvin, Plexico Burris, and the quarterback. A lot of athletes came from this area. So, and I do remember my experience playing with your brother. Man, it was exciting. I think he graduated in 07 and I graduated in 08. So just seeing your brother alone, his skill set, what he brought to the team to able to bring us back to another regional championship. So, but to his reference, the human hit stick, man, I was just a young athlete that's decided to play the game of football. It's very passionate to me. I was one of those student athletes where anything you ask of me, I was going to do it. So if the coach told me to run down this field and take this guy on, full speed, head on, I was that guy. I was that guy to go ahead, take on that block, take on that lead, and then execute that play. So yeah, it was fun. It was a fun experience, man. We won a lot of games. I had a lot of tackles, man, during that season, during my high school career playing football. It was very exciting. We had a lot of athletes during that era, man. A lot of era during that time frame that lucky enough and blessed enough to go to the next level, play the college level, play up to the NFL level. So it was very exciting to be part of that because I think that era did make a shift. I believe that was a shift in the Hampton Roads area, man. When I say you see those fans in that stands was packed, it was a pack every Friday night. It was packed. It was always talked about throughout the weekend and then Monday morning. That was definitely was the headline of who played Friday night. Can you believe that? Who did this? Oh man, Salem, they're on the rise, and Salem. We were definitely that talk of that era, man. I'll see at least from 2006 to 2009, or at least I say 08, 09 to the point I graduated. And I kept in touch a little bit after I graduated in 08 and even 09, 010, it was still a strong district. Salem had a lot of representation, but we did brought a lot of money to that program. So a lot of student athlete program money to that program that led where they are today. But people don't believe me, but I think this history tells itself.
I believe you. As you know, we're about to go into a pretty good Sunday big game. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say it because I don't want to get sued by the NFL here. Well, sort of, if you go, what's your breakdown of what you think this game will go?
Oh, man. Joe Burrow, third year in the league. He's an awesome quarterback. And then you got the veteran Matthew Stafford that he's got brought in with the Rams this year. He's playing phenomenal football. They brought him there for a reason, to win Super Bowl. And that's exactly what they did. And they're on the way to win it. But you can't sleep on young Joe Burrow, man. He's a phenomenal. His presence. I heard he's now the next. He will be the next face of football now, being that Tom Brady has retired. But I think that talk is too soon. They'll let him develop some few years beneath his belt, or even win the Super Bowl first, and we had that conversation develop. But I'm a firm believer that defense wins championships. So I'm going to go. You hear me now? I'm going to go with the Rams to win Super Bowl, man, because their defense are playing lights out football when it comes to the defensive game. But again, it shows that Cincinnati Bengals, man, on any given Sunday, if they're down 21, 23, 21 points, it doesn't matter. To that final whistle blows, man. So who knows going to win this game? But I'm going with the Rams.
Yeah, I don't want to just flat out and say that you sound like a former linebacker, but but I would actually agree because to use a poker term, the Rams have gone all in. Trying to get as much on offense and defense at the same time, and they sort of sacrificed their future with draft picks to get as much star power right now. So I would like to think that they will win, and then they'll probably immediately collapse as a team, and then it'll be teams like the Bengals it'll be good for a little while. And as long
Yeah.
as they do what
Oh
the
yeah.
Chargers did this year and draft a pretty good left tackle, then Burrow
Absolutely.
should be pretty good
Oh,
for a
absolutely.
little while there. Now, one of our hosts from time to time, Mr. Seiko Varner, the creator of the show, if you will, he's a Hampton Pirate. And of course, we also
Awesome.
had on Brandon Jones, another Salem guy, an Olympic track runner. He was a
Cool.
pirate too. I hear you went to Hampton as well. So if you could talk about what you did and what you earned while at Hampton.
Oh yeah. So I graduated '09, and I had a demerit academic scholarship to play at first at North Carolina Wesleyan, which is a Division II school. So I went there for my first year, got homesick. So I'm like, oh man, I want to continue to play football, but I want to come back home. So I applied to multiple colleges back at home, with Norfolk State University and Hampton University. So Hampton University already had gave me an acceptance letter, but it wasn't for football. It was just for academic scholarship. But I didn't take that the first route. I wanted to play football at North Carolina Wesleyan. I didn't like it. Got homesick, so I went. So I applied back to Hampton University, and luckily within that next that I believe that fall year of 2009 or 2000, this winter, fall year of 2010, they accepted my acceptance letter back then. So that's when I became a Hampton pirate, and I majored in computer science. Did that for 2 years, and ended up finally got my degree in not computer science. I remajored in human resource. So I finally got my degree in human resource. So, and then from there, and that's when I had again got a little leaving more homesick. So ended up falling back, going back home to pursue my career in other areas.
Now, were you by chance able to get from Wesleyan to Hampton in time to see Lindell play a few games?
Yeah. So, oh man, so good old, we call him Gibson. Gibson, man, we call him Fofo, man. He was a phenomenal athlete. I still wish him well to this day. And I was able to catch one home game in at Virginia Tech, man. Luckily, I came back home during that time to see him play, because he was one of he set the foundation for our defense. We played for Salem, so you see that guy, man, his stature, the way he carried himself was amazing.
Yeah, definitely say that he reminds me a lot of the guy he danced as,
Oh
Ray
yeah,
Lewis,
Ray
there.
Lewis.
Now, you also went into the United States Army and you did it for 11
Yeah,
years. If you could talk, or was it 13 years, if I recall? Talk about that a bit. Just the whole story of that. Did you plan
yeah.
at the time for it to last that long, or might you have wanted it to go longer if everything went a certain way?
So I came back home from North Carolina Wesleyan. So of course, my parents at the time, like I said, I was on an academic scholarship going to North Carolina Wesleyan to play football. And usually academic scholarships, they're not like a full ride. They'll pay for, a certain percentage of your tuition and room and board. So again, I fell homesick. So, and when I applied back to Hampton University, it was pretty much the same route. But in this case, I wasn't playing no football. So, rumor boy, as we know, Hampton University it's a HBCU college. So, and I didn't stay on campus. So, but the tuition is still rarely expensive. So I took the route where I was like, well, I want to go to school. Who's gonna pay my education? So I don't want to put that bearing back on my parents. At that time, I was at that time 19 years old. And then, of course, every year or every semester, there's some, military recruiter that goes on campuses, say, "Hey, join us, join the military. We'll pay for your school." I said, "Okay, well, all right. I'm still in shape. I'm only been, not even a half a year, a couple months out of from college. I'm in top shape. I was, 225 at the time, man, solid guy. I said, oh yeah, I know I can cut weight and meet the weight program in the military and then pay for my school. Oh man, this is easy. So I swore it in, and I think that's that summer of 2010. is what I re-enlist in. So I did the what do you call it? I did the weight program where I was still in college. I wanted to do one more year, college to get my credits. Therefore, the following summer, I go to boot camp. So summer of 2011, I remember like it was yesterday. It was June 11th, 2011 is where I got shipped off to boot camp to South Carolina, Fort Jackson, South Carolina, man. One of the hottest mornings. You talking about it's 6 a.m. It's already 80 degrees. And then by 12, it's already in the hundreds. So if that don't break you and that don't warm you up, man, I don't know what will. So it was exciting. Fast forward, I was able to tour all along the East Coast. I went from all the way from Arlington, DC area, even got flew down to up in Cleveland a little bit. It's pretty much stay along the East Coast, and then fast forward now to 13 years later, pretty much able to retire from the military, and see during that time we're able to build my other career goal part time. I'm pretty sure what we're gonna go to next, but able to retire that. Able to at that moment do what's best for my family, and get that time back from the time that I was away.
Now, after the Army, how did you approach being out of the military? Did you look to do work for other folks at a job, or did you have in mind a set career of building a business early? What was your ideas?
So I had a set of building business early. I did it real smart. I was like, I had that mindset. I was like, okay, if I want to do this seriously, if I really want to get out the military, so what can I do next? What can I do next? Of course, to financially for my family. Of course, that's number one. And what my interest and what I can do, or at least bring my expertise, what I have learned, getting my college degree, or even my experience in the military. So I felt like, services enough, as more set getting back service, getting back on your feet, something you can learn real quick. So I felt like, okay, and then cleaning services came about. So like, okay, cleaning services. Okay, I heard that doing my research that is a $1 billion industry that you can get into with low, very, very low startup costs. I said, okay, I think this would be a good set to get into. So I did it on the side, stopped getting leads. I bought into other programs and courses online that would assist you starting your business out. So I did that. And then luckily, and I'm blessed enough that it grew on the side while I was still in the military a couple of years out, able to build that on the side, and then able to build a system where it can operate without me actually being hands-on there while I was still pursue my career in the military.
Now, I got to ask, what came first, meeting and falling for your wife, or the possible start of the business?
I'll say my wife, man. She's actually my high school sweetheart. So you know that came first. But I'll say having my wife and starting a family, it kind of influenced me where they have a startup business, something to carry on to, tradition, and for what my family, my kids can carry on, something that they can have as a family statue for what they can carry on from their generation to their family and children. This is something I want to pass on to them. And I think without having my wife and my family, I don't think I would have had thought about the business aspect. I would have stayed in the military and pursued that career path.
That actually sort of rings a bit true for me as well, because I'm thinking more and more about businesses. And I know that
Yeah.
my soon wife, Miss Andrea Dixon, right here, behold, because her HBCU, Norfolk State, as opposed to Hampton.
Oh, okay. Nice.
This is why we really like having on business guests too, because we're always going to pick the brains of the best and brightest, and you're one of the brightest. So definitely got to have you on. But
All
since
right.
you've been married a while, many years, and you're raising 4 boys, is there really a secret to doing both well, or is it just simply being great with communication and honesty and humility?
Oh man, I'll say this, man. I think everybody that you bump into, or if you sit down and talk to them about, what background bringing that they come up, what even their spiritual belief and how they see life, or how how they project life, and what everything that brings in front of you, man, it really does humble you. I know it humbled me for being a family man. My oldest is 11 years old, so having a child at age 21, it definitely make you look at life a lot quicker from the average 20-year-old that's not, how can I put it, that's not either married at young. I got married at 21, so I got married young, had a kid young, so that type of life, growing up early, it kind of sped me up a little bit. But I was already mature. I was already had that mature mindset. What I wanted to do. I was never a follower. So being provided for my family, it came natural. I'll say it came natural. It came at ease, where all my young guys that I went to college with, or went to high school with, that stayed in this area, they always would hit me up or call me up, say, "Hey man, come out with us, come man, come hang out with us." I was that guy, like, no, not right now. I'm on a mission. I got things to do. I got a family to provide. So that definitely humbled me. And like I said, I think everyone look at life, life situations different. So it's up to them to, how they can levitate, and based off their upbringing and that background, how can they can handle their life situation. So I'm just blessed, man, to say that it's still a journey. I'll say it's not easy, especially being a business owner, and being a husband and a father, soon to be 4 kids. So it's always I'll say this: it's a happy journey. It's a very exciting journey to see wake up every day. You see what you have done and started at your mid 20s is actually working in your 30s.
Well, you did say in part of that you um, think it might be a little difficult because you're a business owner, but I also want to know, and the concept of building a family. Do you think it would be better to do so while working as a job or being a business owner? And this may be a bit subjective because I think you said
Yeah.
you early on wanted to be a business owner.
Yeah.
So this is just an opinion, I guess. What is your take?
So the challenge is, I'll say, being a business owner, you want to dedicate 100% to that, because that's your passion. And I don't care what nobody say. Anytime you want to quit your traditional 9 to 5 to pursue a business, is either something that you're passionate about. Because if you're not passionate or something, that you don't want to quit your traditional 9 to 5 to open up your own business, don't do it. Because the drive, you want to eat and sleep that business, because that, at the end of the day, that will provide for you and your family and from generation to come. So like I tell a lot of my friends now, I'm not knocking nobody that wants to work that 9 to 5. I'm the type of guy that encourages the 9 to 5, but you can start a business on the side, either part-time, allow that to grow big enough to where that financial can take over your full-time job, or create a system out of that business that you created part-time, allow that to operate on its own, while you can be still financial stable with your 9 to 5 job, not draw anything from your financial income, where you can continue to provide for yourself and your family, and just allow that business to grow on the side. And for me, talking to a lot of other entrepreneurs, a lot of things what they get is from other family members. How they look at their success, thinking it was easy. It's never easy. There's always going to be challenges. People just always look at the final product, but for business owners and entrepreneurs, it's never final, because there's always a learning progress. It's always going up the up curves. So there's always moments where you feel like giving up. I know I felt like giving up starting a couple years out, but I know, like, this is not, this is the not the end game. So if I want to get out the military, I gotta work hard. It's always those long nights. Look, we're at 9:30 tonight on a Friday night. Who wants to be on the not the average person is not going to talk business and politics and talk uplifting at 9. It was 9:30 going to 10 o'clock on a Friday night. So that right there says it alone. That Conrad and his other business partners wanted to reach out to local entrepreneurs in the Hampton Roads area. So that right there says it in itself that you guys are already set a pedestal from what Hampton Roads has amongst other people out there that wants to do either podcasting, local television shows, or anything like that, just to bring light into what success and other talents and skill sets that the Hampton Roads has. It's amazing.
I do want to thank you for that great compliment. And yes, I'm also thinking about. I just started a job this year in Virginia Beach Parks and Rec. It was a journey just to get to that point. But I also like what you just said in there, that it's possible to do something on the side before you really start to grow it. And I think I can also do that too. You don't have to do it in your 20s. It's probably better to do it in your 20s as opposed to doing it to myself in the mid 30s. But, if you can start it, the first thing to do is just to start it. So I might try to start better ventures in 2022, like this podcast, as you mentioned, possibly go into real estate, maybe name, image, likeness. Maybe I could be an agent. I don't know, but these are all things that are going off in my mind here. And I will admit that I do try to let, every time we have a guest come on themselves but I will admit, like last show, my camera's actually starting to go out a little bit. So most of the times I fell off that last time was because it just said I disconnected.
Gotcha.
But if that happens permanently, last time the audio stayed on, so you'll still be able to hear me, just in case that happens. We have another comment up here from the great fiance, Andrea Dixon, and I'm still on. I didn't do that on purpose, but I'm still on. Yes, it's not the destination. It's the lessons you learn during the journey that prepares you for the next chapter. I would agree. All right. I'm going to see if this camera thing will I won't mess with it a little bit. I'll just stay on the feed and ask the questions regular ways. And the next one up is Cuff Cleaning Services. Why create the business?
Oh, man. So that business name always had that, especially that cuff, man. I've been playing sports all my life, but having great art. I always surround myself with like-minded individuals. They always want to uplift, is be more part of themselves. Always want to reach out to others. So that last name, Cuff, my last name itself has a lot of history, a lot of strong foundation behind it. So I didn't want to name it anything else. I could have, but I could at least always branch out to different avenues if I wanted to. But I just wanted that strong foundation of my last name, being that I do have a family, at least that alone would carry on until traditions, generations to come. So I kept that my last abbreviation of my last name. I was always called Cuff. Growing up, even my friends that I didn't even play football with or play sports with, they always called me Cuff through all high school. They never called me Martell, my first name. So I was like, man, it kind of stuck with me after high school and college. Like, Cuff, okay, Cuff Cleaning Services. So let me, if I want to do this business, at least I'm gonna keep that solid name to what, like I said, generation to come. So that's something that kind of stuck with me. Especially in this area, the name is kind of catchy because the Cuffies we're out there. I can't go nowhere in the store anymore, hardly in the store. If I wear my business logo or drive my business van around, I get stopped a lot. Say, hey, are you related to this this Cuffee in this town, or this Cuffee related to this? And sometimes I get a yes. Sometimes I say I don't know. I just been born in this generation, but I'm more welcome to learn. But other than that, that's one of the reasons why I kept that name or created that name, that business name for my family. Uh-oh.
Hold on.
Yep,
how about now? Can you hear me better? Okay.
Yep,
Curious, how much has it grown from where it started to where it's at now?
Oh man, it grew a lot. I'll say a lot. So my business started in 2017. we're going on 5 years. So 5 years be this year in October, man. So of course, as you learn as a young entrepreneur, you're going to make mistakes. But for what makes you grow and make you stronger as a business owner is how you come from it. So I humbled myself. I reached out to other entrepreneurs like me that had a cleaning business. I started asking questions. What were all their flaws. I was that guy that was more be the sponge and learn from others entrepreneurs, because I know if I face out here and go face it alone, I was not gonna make it. Especially if I wanted to hire employees, I want to make sure that whatever I do will safe that them, because again they have families as well to provide. So I want to make sure whatever I do that is safe and that it was potential to grow to save jobs for them, for they can provide for their families. And then again, to grow, I want to grow as well, because again we're in this into for the long run. I don't want to fall short of this, and that's one of the things I wanted to do again, just to help others and reach out to other um, employees and hire them. Even create a platform where if Cut Cleaning Services hire you, if you want to clean, I want to the point where what can we do to create your own business as an employee? You're not as a long-term employee within us, but what can we do if you have a passion in cleaning business, if you want to work for us, but how can we reach your goals if you want to create your own business?
Now, could you talk a little bit about challenges and the triumphs regarding the business itself? Because I'd say cuff cleaning is literally an extension of yourself. So, would you have it in any other way, even if it was challenging?
I'll say no. I think challenge is what makes you become adaptive in understanding what the process really is. Because if I had it easy, I would never grown this way. If I would never find out, other cleaning avenues. Oh, I didn't know that I can do this. Oh, because I stumbled and we messed up in this area. Oh, I didn't know that by me messing up that I didn't see this other avenue or this other tactic or skill set that make us grow for when the next struggle or challenges come up. I know what to expect, and it makes us look even more perfect or stronger to build our business portfolio for what we can present to a bigger client that comes up.
Hmm. All right. Now, recently, in fact, the very last show we did, we had on Brian Owens, a leader from Black Brand, Hampton Roads' Black Chamber of Commerce. In fact, it was like a little over a week ago. We embrace the idea of how economics is needed in the Black community, wealth creation that stays all within that community. So, can you talk about how important that is, both to yourself and how cuff cleaning can help that goal?
I think it's helped a lot. Doing looking up, researching, and reading about a lot of statistics, especially for the cleaning industry. It's very minority. It says that 80%, 87% since 2010 that this is a minority business, that is a lot for a cleaning industry. So to have like-minded individuals that look like me, that brown or the brown descent, they say, hey, I'm going to, to be, because the cleaning industry, there is not not a business that that a white collar or how can I put it, a college graduate or a doctorate personnel that will either work for or create. So to have that in this community, we have to reach out and have funds for that. The government funds that they do have for us as a separate entity, as a black owned or minority owned, or even for a women owned industry, there's funds that are set aside for the government has funds set aside for us, had opportunities. I think that's amazing especially in this industry, from what we're always looked at as not, not the go-to business to start up. So that's something to really take account for.
Now, the viewers are listening, and if you could sell them on two things. First, why being an entrepreneur is something you should suggest in life. And number two, why when we need something cleaned well, we should hit up Cuff Cleaning Services.
Okay. I think you said the first question was something that we suggest. I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah. Why being an entrepreneur is something that you should suggest in life.
Entrepreneur, I'll say that freedom. You want to get that freedom of what, or getting your time back, I'll say, from your standard, you're clocking in from 9 to 5. You set within that time block, to perform for that organization. Business, you have 24 hours in your business. I'll say that you have, 24 hours within your business to either create what you envision to elevate. So just getting that gift that you have to exploit that. That's why me an entrepreneur, always say, hey, go for what you love, go for your passion, and be able to, whatever you envision for your family and for yourself, and that opportunities like that, I'll always give up for entrepreneurs. And to sell myself, to get for cup cleaning services, to clean your home or clean your driveway, power wash your home, or even do mobile detailing, I'll convince you guys to go with us because we will beat the competitive rates. We have done so, and our review says for itself. We so far in this Hampton Roads area, we have been communicated a lot, called out to buy. We have also taken a lot of customers from other big either franchise or other big companies, because we have 10 to 12 employees now, so we still be able to engage with our employees. So the other big companies, they kind of lose sight of that sensitivity of what customer service really is. So being that we have still within the arm reach of our employees, so we can be more hands-on training, able to coach them along the way and be more customer service savvy instead of having put a number on our employees and a number on our customers just to get that dollar at the end of the day. We're bigger than that. We're about customer satisfaction, and we're looking forward to bringing a new light within Hampton Roads.
Awesome. Now, we do have one more viewer comment from Miss
Okay.
Andrea again. What do you know about Swam Programs, which are, of course, small women-owned and minority-owned businesses? So programs to help them.
Yes, I'm familiar with SWAM. One of our property management programs, they had informed me that when I started off, I think in my third year in business, they told me that, hey, this would be a good program for minority-owned businesses in the local, especially in this local Hampton Roads area. So you pretty much get the first dibs or looked at. That's the program that's funded. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's funded for local and women-owned and small minority program businesses. Either your local community or local cities that it'll be funded specifically for that particular individual. Business that fit that criteria, and that particular business will get looked at first compared to the other businesses that don't fit that criteria.
Mm-hmm. I would agree. I think it is split between the different 7 cities, and they'll do it different ways from city to city. But there might also be some Virginia programs, if I'm not too sure about that. Now I'm going to try and bring the camera back on. So give me a second here.
Okay, no worries.
Because we're otherwise about ready to close on out. So let me click that camera button. All right, and for the moment, at least, it's brought me back on. So I think for the show itself, that will do it, Mr. Cuffee, from one Sun Devil to another. I want to thank you
All
for
right.
coming on, and I appreciate all about your work
Absolutely.
as a Seven Cities resident. I thank you for your service, both for our government and for our overall community. I appreciate Martell Cuffee, the man. So give the Beach Brothers Show the final word from yourself tonight.
All right, man. I'll say this. I always try to lead when I talk to either my brothers or if my employees or even my friends, man. I'll say, do what you love and do what you envision in life and passion and just live life. Try not to stress too much and try not to stress about things that you cannot control in life, man, and just do your best. I just want to shout out the Beach Brothers. Thank you so much, you guys, for bringing me on here, man. Like you said, from a Salem Sun Devil to the next, man. You guys are awesome. Shed Center, you're doing an amazing job of bringing insight from bringing local business owners together and just talk business and politics, especially in the Hampton Roads area, because it can be missed. There's a lot of talent, a lot of information that we can learn from each other, especially from the Hampton Roads area, man. And this show that you had created with your other local fellow friendship, man, you guys doing an amazing job. And I believe I seen your face, I seen your name around here, man. Are you run for councilman in the past or city council in the past? Yeah. I thought okay, that's what I thought. I said, man, that's Conrad right there. So that right there,
better
man,
and better and better.
That absolutely. So I'll say this, man, you're doing a great job, and our community definitely needs more texture, more force that workforce you're bringing to our local area, man. So I'm all about it. Anything you need from me, feel free to reach out to me, man. I'm more welcome to help you out and help your vision out as well. So thanks again, man. I really enjoyed it tonight. Like I said, it's all about having a different mindset. It's going on 10 o'clock, man. We're here having fellowship. We're breaking bread together. So this was great tonight.
Just the last few words. Give us the number to reach the business, emails if we need to, just ways that our viewers be like, you know what, I need something cleaned, and I'm going to go with Cuff. So let us know.
This month, it's Valentine's Day weekend. And in this month, we have a 5% discount on all home cleaning. So please reach out to us at 757-383-1207 to get your home clean or a power wash. Any other cleaning needs, please feel free to reach out to us. Or if you want to email us or visit our website to look out our different packages, please visit www.cuffcleaningservices.com. That's www.cuffcleaningservices.com, or reach us at our email at elite@cuffcleaningservices.com. We'll answer all your questions that you need, all your concerns, but our website will give you all the information that we need.
Fantastic. Well, I hope you do have a great one tonight, and of course your family as well, and a very productive business weekend.
Absolutely. You do the same, Conrad. It was nice talking to you.
Nice talking to you. Have a great night. Now, this has been another great Beach Brothers show, the best place in the 757 to catch up on Virginia business and politics. Of course, hit me up on Facebook to inquire about coming on the show yourself. Perhaps you want to talk some politics or promote your business. Stay tuned for this upcoming Monday, Valentine's Day. We have a big show for you. The topic will be Virginia politics in 2022, and we'll chop it up with some fantastic guests from across the political spectrum. Ashley McLeod, former Virginia Beach School Board member and a hardy Republican. Spike Cohen, 2020's Libertarian vice presidential candidate and former twice guest of the Beach Brothers show. You know, it's always a treat when he comes on. And Gary McCollum, also a previous guest of the show, founder of Do the Right Things, a strident Virginia Beach Democrat and activist. We're all going to come on. We're all going to talk about the greatness of politics in Virginia this time of year. So it's going to be a great time this Monday, 9 p.m. Be there and have fun. Stay tuned for the credits and have a great night.
It's never too early or too late to plan for retirement. Let me show you how to protect yourself, your loved ones, and your assets from loss due to catastrophic decisions that may affect you the rest of your life. Please call me.
show was brought to you by Positive Vibes Incorporated, our consulting services. We do credit fixes, we do tax resolution, we lend private money, and debt consolidation. So if you need some of these services, we're waiting here for you. Credit fixes, tax resolutions, private money, and debt consolidation. Make sure you call Positive Vibes Incorporated.